Hello, and welcome everyone to a game between Hawk and Foggy. This game taking place here on Tyrannus Stand. Over here on the top left-hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as, well, the red human over here on the top left-hand side. Meanwhile, we have Foggy spawning as the blue Night Elf. Night Elf versus human in this 1v1 match. Things already getting underway. We'll take a look at the potential strategies here on Tyrannus Stand. Tyrannus Stand, only 2 starting locations, but a number of available expansions. So the game doesn't often get tied up nearly as much during the economic race. Now, as things do unfold here, let's see what heroes will be coming in. It is going to be a Mountain King from Hawk, meanwhile a Keeper of the Grove from Foggy. I am going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful time right now as we are getting to that 2-minute mark. 2-minute mark just now coming across as the Ancient of War Archer about to engage against this Rogue and Renegade Wizard creep camp. Keeper of the Grove should be coming across over here as well. It may try and engage, perhaps get a lightning shield. What is going on here? Gonna go ahead and use some Ents and now engage at multiple creep camps at once, really trying to maximize the amount of damage and really trying to maximize the amount of time that is being used here. Alright, let's take a look at this back across here. Is the Forest Troll Shadow Priest or any additional units? Yeah, gonna go ahead and grab a Forest Troll Shadow Priest from his opponent. Now trying to get away. You can take a look. Oh, steals a little bit of experience as well as the Mountain King well on its way to level 2. Grabbing that additional Forest Troll Shadow Priest, incredibly important in the matchup, as entangles and, well, the purges onto those forces of nature is very powerful. Being able to shut them down, it turns into additional experience for that Mountain King, as the Mountain King already at +6 strength, now with +6 attack and very strong damage. Alright, finishing off that Wisp right there as well. Forest Troll Shadow Priest now making their way over here to the, well, expansion location as militia are now being called over. Hawk will need to get in more peasants, and it looks like Hawk, I don't know if he was originally planning. Thank you, Zam, for that, for the bits. Great to have all of the viewers out there. I didn't even see an actual viewer there, so thank you very much, as the Forest Troll High Priest is gonna get taken down. Alright, picking up an additional Claws of Attack +9. That Mountain King already at +15. +15 damage from that Mountain King, essentially dealing 50% more damage on the low end, or on the high end, as the Mountain King now wandering around once more. Back across over here, Keeper of the Grove is going to try and take down this farm. Won't have any problem there, but, well, trading that bit of mana to finish off a farm, I don't know if that's really worth it, as the Mountain King now going to be making its way back down. Alright, more Ents are called over. Is the Mountain King going to perhaps find his opponent? And yes, he will. This is bad news. Mountain King now showing up to the party. Stormbolt straight up onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove may get surrounded. Keeper of the Grove now trying to head back the other way. Is it going to be able to get anywhere? That is the big question. Quick use of the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away quickly, as we are going to finish off the remaining apprentice. Nope, deciding not to finish off the apprentice wizards. Experience not that important, really wants to go after the item, but this Renegade Wizard was taken down as well. Alright, Forest Troll Berserker, Forest Archer already in position here. Scout Tower, is it going to get repaired? No, it is not. Hawk is just going to allow it to get taken down. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove, Staff of Teleportation quickly comes over. You're going to see, well, the Force of Nature is getting taken down. Are we going to see a cancellation? I don't know if Hawk actually got the gold back there. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove running away from that Mountain King. Stormbolt going to go down onto the Forest Troll Berserker there. Mountain King low on mana, but will or should be able to get ahead of that unit right there. Finish it off. Down it goes. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 2. Mountain King perhaps going to pick up Boots of Speed. Does exactly that. Still needs a little bit of mana. Hawk once more building up this expansion, and it is going to have a little bit of a head start. Now there is more repairing going on. Forest Troll Berserker, Ancient of War also clearing out the Kobold Taskmaster over here to the 3 o'clock location, as Ents now doing a little bit of scouting. Alright, Forest Troll Shadow Priest, are we going to see the damage being done? One more shot could have done it. Forest Troll Shadow Priest the Force of Nature purposely pulling back, getting the necessary distance. Meanwhile, Scout Tower upgrading to an Arcane Tower already. Hawk has a sizable population lead. Meanwhile, his opponent does in fact have excuse me, has the tech advantage and also has that Ancient of War. Foggy should be able to clear out this creep camp with no problem, and he is only at Tree of Ages going for that dual Ancients of Lore. Now, Breath of Fire will cause a lot of problems to Hawk's army until Hawk does tech to tier 2. He's currently behind, doesn't have the necessary tech, as things are still getting underway. Alright, Panda, Keeper of the Grove, on the move out. Meanwhile, we are going into a Tree of Life at the natural expansion for Foggy. Is the Mountain King going to perhaps get to level 4 here? That is another big question. Is he going to try and go for a Thunderclap strategy? That Mountain King, very strong right now. A lot of hit points and a lot of armor at this stage. As you're going to see a Keeper of the Grove now make its way across. All right, Boots of Quel'Tha Lost. What's going to happen here? Mountain King quickly drops the item there. Ring of Protection. It has been dropped back down. Drunken Haze across multiple units as the units are trying to get away. Thunderclap right there. Panda could grab some additional items. Picks up a Ring of Protection +3 and a Tome of Strength. Says thank you very much. Meanwhile, the Goblin Shredder, where can it go? No Goblin Zeppelin in order to hire and jump inside as the Zeppelin now taken down. Keeper of the Grove trying to, well, cause a little bit more problems here. Meanwhile, Goblin Zeppelin has been hired up now, finally, as you're going to see a Drunken Haze once again being used. Keeper of the Grove perhaps going to try and save this unit. Transfers the Staff of Teleportation. Mountain King unable to Stormbolt. And on top of that, the Keeper of the Grove was able to steal a little bit of extra mana from that Mountain King just in case it was able to launch a Stormbolt there. Dryads now coming across, and a beautiful play by Foggy against Hawk, putting pressure as well. It feels like Hawk is trying to make something out of nothing, doing a little bit of chasing, but nope, no real luck. Foggy is going to be able to retreat back. With that said, though, Hawk does have the economic advantage. He is going to start mining away at this gold mine and perhaps be able to start replacing his units and also get to tier 2 as well. The addition of Dryads. Hello, how's the day been? It's been pretty good. Oh, I am only going to be casting one game today. It is my wife and our anniversary. So, yep, they're going to go ahead and wait for that as we are now looking at the Panda now making its rounds back out. All right, let's take a look what's going to be happening next. Ancients of Lore, well, not training up anything. Tree of Ages getting up Nature's Blessing for the faster movement speed on this Tree of Life. And, well, a little bit of additional armor as well. Both sides are pretty much just going into the respective corners, except Hawk is going to go ahead and do a big drop right here. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Arcane Tower not hitting the Panda, and that is the issue right now. By not hitting the Panda, not removing the necessary mana, more Breaths of Fire can come across, and that is going to cause even more problems. Arcane Tower trying to remove the mana now, finally getting there. Thank you for all the kind words as the Dryads, Goblin Shredder now putting pressure here at the central location. All right, units now looking to back up once more. Let's take a look at this. Peasant now looking to head back. Forestful Berserker putting in a lot of pressure and damage. Meanwhile, well, if I can shut down one expansion, you're going to shut down my expansion, I'll shut down yours as well, as that's what we're looking at now. However, these units are rooted in place. They are going to take reduced damage from that Mountain King at the very least, and that Mountain King is now sitting at almost level 4, or almost level 5. Going to go ahead and try to go for that teleport now, as the units are going to teleport back down across into here. Stormbolt onto a Forestful Berserker. Forestful Berserker will give level 5 to that Mountain King, as the Mountain King now perhaps tries to trace after that Panda and some additional units. All right, Goblin Zeppelin now trying to get away. Forestful Berserker is still right there. Mountain King with no way of chasing, now trying to head back out. We are sitting at 50 supply compared to 37. Foggy does have this Tree of Life. He will be able to, well, get this gold mine up and running here in just a moment. Meanwhile, Hawk, Hawk is building down additional towers here. It looks like ivory towers were used in order to quickly construct some defense. Rifleman being left behind as well, as a lone footman, well, did a bit of scouting and now is in trouble. Units trying to head back every which way. Foggy sitting at 41 supply. Hawk sitting at 49, as the Goblin Zeppelins still looking to do a bit of play. All right. With all of that said, we're taking a look. Goblin Zeppelin making its way through. Rifleman is going to get into position, perhaps trying to shoot down the unit here. And here goes damage coming across already. Breath of fire across all of the scout towers. Repairs trying to get underway. Are they going to be able to do it? Are they on auto repair? Rifleman is entangled as damage is coming across. However, the guard tower is now completed, able to do additional piercing damage to that Dryad. Archmage is here as well, and the Archmage finishes off a Dryad. No, the guard tower gets it. No experience for that Archmage. Meanwhile, Water Elementals in the back position, unable to really do all too much. Mountain King trying to put pressure off on the far side as well. Mountain King gets the big thunderclap here, and it could be, well, that Rifleman could just pick off all of these units one at a time to finish off these poor Wisp. As no, they're able to get away. Back across over here, Archmage trying to fight back here. There's an Abolish Magic once more, and the expansions on both sides suffering heavy casualties. All right, Forest Troll Berserker, low hit point Footman. Is it going to get taken down? Squirrel of Town Portal trying to come back in. Zeppelin picking up all of the remaining units as there they go. All right, Force of Nature is going to get finished off here. Is it going to finish off a Footman? No, it's not. The timed life getting, well, taking its toll on those units. Low hit point Footman not needed, completely decimating your army to try and raise morale. Doesn't necessarily always work though. One Goblin Zeppelin overhead still doing scouting. All right, Panda, Keeper of the Grove, units now making their way back into their corner. We're going to have a little bit of reprieve in the combat action as both sides try to rebuild the army that they lost. 46 supply compared to 37. That normally isn't that small of an army, except for the fact that Hawk has had an expansion for quite some time. Archmage gets up to level 2 now. Priests are out onto the board. Brilliance Aura is available as the Panda gets to level 3. Now, we should be looking at Spellbreakers soon, and without Spellbreakers, that Panda is just going to have an absolute field day as Druid of the Claw Mastery training now done. Ancients of Lore, Dryads all here ready to go. Mountain King trying to hold in that back position just in case, well, a unit does try to make its way over. Keeper of the Grove trying to make its way back. Or we could see an entangle or perhaps a steal onto that unit there. There's a lightning shield. Keeper of the Grove going to try and engage. Entangle onto the Rifleman. Drunken Haze, no, oh, Breath of Fire as the Ogre Mauler able to get away. Entangle going to finish off that Rifleman there. There it goes. Meanwhile, more units continuing that battle again. Ogre Mauler down to 22 hit points. It looks like it will get taken down, getting healed up just a little bit, trying to survive the battle as 1-2, another unit gets taken down there. Ogre Mauler down to, what, sub 50 hit points for quite some time. Meanwhile, Goblin Zeppelin chasing after the main Zeppelin here that has a Panda and a Keeper of the Grove. Mountain King could get an easy Stormbolt off onto a Druid of the Claw. Why isn't he going to do that? Gets it on the Wisp. That doesn't make any sense. That Druid of the Claw was a prime target since he was not in Mastery form. Meanwhile, well, Goblin Shredder trying to clear up some of that there. All right, Stormbolt, Rejuvenation, not going to be cast. You saw, there it goes. Moonwell also healing up that unit back very quickly. At the opposite side, Ent's going to try and take down the Arcane Sanctum. Armies coming back across over here to the main base. Mountain King could easily try to do a little bit of damage across as the main base is, well, suffering a little bit of superficial damage. Staff of Teleportation bringing the units all the way back over once more. Where are they? They are back at home as the expansion could end up getting taken down. Ogre Mauler down to 165 hit points. Water Elemental trying to hold that spot there quickly gets abolished as, well, the army is completely out of line here. Hawk not in a good spot at all. The back line and front line well established, but a big thunderclap causing major problems. Squirrel of Town Portal to try to get away. However, the Ogre Mauler, is it going to survive? It looks like, yes, everything survives. A very low hit point Forest Troll Berserker and a very low hit point Ogre Mauler, both able to retreat once again. That is very big news. 7 supply, about 50 hit points away from life and death. It could have perhaps given levels to some of the heroes. Yeah, Keeper of the Grove would have gotten to level 4 as, well, creeping now getting underway. 56 supply compared to 46 units coming back in from the north. Goblin Shredder, well, still sitting across over here as both sides well, trying to play a game versus the map and versus each other all at the same time. Ogre Mauler gonna try and engage in that front location. Goblin Zeppelin quickly taken down. Units ready to run on through. Panda could be in a little bit of trouble. No, it does get slowed. Stormbolt probably not too far behind. There it is, as the Rune Bracer is having a profound impact there. All right, Mountain King with those boots of speed, able to catch up on that distance so fast, trying to get extra damage. There's another Stormbolt again. We should be looking at a rejuvenation. Mountain King gets off another Thunderclap as the Panda is in trouble. Stormbolt not available, not enough mana, and it looks like it will be able to get away. Stormbolt instead onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove could be in trouble. Is it going to be able to get away, able to slip through, get a rejuvenation and a potion of healing, as the units are now fighting once more. Mountain King getting, well, almost at 4.5. Meanwhile, Archmage needs to get to level 4 for level 2 Brilliance Aura. Perhaps giving the Wand of Mana Stealing to the Mountain King would be a good idea. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across many of the units off over here. Mountain King really needs that extra bit of mana, as a Druid of the Claw gets a rejuvenation off and transforms before, well, that's Stormbolt lands, or a Stormbolt is even cast. Alright, Paladin rounding out the human tri-hero. Mountain King, Archmage, Paladin. Very strong 1-2-3 combination. 68 supply compared to 59, as both armies in terms of tech and economy is now about the same. We do see some mortar teams joining in on the fight as well that will be effective against the Dryads, but one thing we still don't see is anything to really deal with those bears. Bears are an incredibly strong and powerful frontline unit, making it, well, difficult for Hawk to straight up engage. Mountain King will perhaps try to get a couple of Thunderclaps in position. There's a Stormbolt onto a Druid of the Claw right there. Staff of Preservation saves, as always, as the Keeper of the Grove does get to level 4. All right. Question for the Twitch viewers out there. Are you guys getting lag? Am I streaming at too high of a capacity, and that's why people come and go without saying hi? They're just unable to watch the stream since I've set the quality too high? I guess that's a question to keep track of. Anyways, let's take a look. Mountain King heading back off to the north here. You can see, whoa, what is going on? An army of, well, army of units being left behind. This is not what Hawk should have been doing. He lost a lot of units for no real apparent reason. You can see a Sorceress trying to get saved. A Holy Light saves Breath of Fire. There goes another unit, as the, well, Mana Flare is now on the line. All right, let's take a look. Archmage going to try and engage. Mountain King, low on mana, does have Wand of Mana Stealing. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? There's the Thunderclap in that front line location, as the Mountain King does need to get healed back up. All right, Potion of Mana used once more. There's another Thunderclap there. The entire front line of Druid of the Claw Bears is in a little bit of trouble, but the Mana Flare from the Fairy Dragons are causing problems as well. All right, Holy Light not in time for that Spellbreaker. Mountain King, where is it trying to go? Knight's going to try and engage. A lot of healing, Scrolls of Healing, keeping the units alive once more, as another Staff of Preservation could be coming in. Mountain King, using another Potion of Mana, gets in another big Thunderclap, but the bears are just simply eating through this army. Lightning Shield added into a frontline location, dealing massive damage once more. Thunderclap from the Mountain King, not able to do enough damage, even though you see so much damage coming across. Dryads, however, that backline location is taking some major damage, as the Mountain King gets off another Stormbolt, and now trying to hide in the backline location here. All right, is it going to be able to survive and kill some units? Mountain King needs to get a Potion of Healing. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? There you go. 1, 2. The bear is now falling, and now it looks like Foggy himself has pushed a bit too far. Mountain King low on everything, needs to see a little bit more heals. Mountain King trying to do a bit of chasing. Entangle onto a Knight. It gets finished off. Lightning Shield. Mountain King is in serious trouble. Staff of Sanctuary, onto the Mountain King in order to save, as the units now retreat once more. Foggy looked like he was winning that fight for so long, and then the eventual tip in the battle, the guard towers, the mortar teams removing, destroying that back line, the loss of healing items, of Scroll of Healing, trying to counteract the fact that there was a Potion of Mana being sold from the Arcane Vault for that Mountain King, multiple level 3 claps. And that was a complete 180 reversal. Beautiful counter by Hawk, as Hawk now moves out to the top right-hand side of the map. Archmage staying strong at level 4. You're going to take a look. Mountain King, well, still resurrecting, trying to get all of those hit points back and online as the Paladin gets to level 3 as well. Main gold mines have been mined out. 40 more right there. Knights could be joining in on the fight as well. Will these units be able to make their way out? Yes, they will. And with that said, animal war training with Sundering Blades. What? Why Sundering Blades? Alright, Sundering Blades does bonus damage to medium armored units. I don't know of any unit that is medium armor except for mountain giants, and we haven't seen a single mountain giant yet. Alright, expansion gonna be getting online here in just a second. It is one base to one base right now. No additional tree of life being built. Is the tree of eternity walking? Yes, it is. It is doing the slow walk to the opposite corner. Meanwhile, Panda is sitting at level 5. Level 5 or level 4 Keeper of the Grove, level 5 Panda going up against a 5 Mountain King, almost 6 level 4 Archmage, and a level 3 Paladin. Priests do in fact have inner fire, and that may be a bit of a problem. Dryads normally do not have enough mana to both dispel water elementals, inner fire, and sorceresses slow, and with that, well, you end up starting to have a problem as that buff does start to take hold and give a bit of an advantage in some way, shape, or form. Archmage, oh, there goes a Hippogriff. 3-1 upgrades on that Hippogriff. Knights, 30 to 38 damage. I believe Sundering Blades upgrade. Is it done? No, it doesn't look like it. Perhaps he canceled the Sundering Blades upgrade. Archmage sitting at level 4. Mountain King should perhaps back off, try to give extra experience, but then again, 3 level 1 creep camps perhaps not worth the micro. Tree of Eternity finally making its way over here to the bottom left-hand side of the map. Hawk's Town Hall will be done here in just a moment. And with that said, we'll see what's going to happen. Assassin getting in some easy damage onto the Tree of Eternity. Here you go, trying to get some damage. An Ancient of War off in position here. A lot of damage to be had. Mortar teams could be lobbing attacks. No attacks. Thank you for the bits. Once again, Maximum Fish, as we're looking at the Ancient of War, well, acting as a bit of a scout. Now, flying machines are here ready to go. They are there to try and counteract the fairy dragons and their mana flare. However, hippogriffs are also there as well, as this one Ancient of War will get taken down. Wisp maybe trying to do a little bit of a flank from the far side. Detonation could perhaps be the natural counter to all of that inner fire in that back line, as Water Elemental is now in the front spot. Beautiful flank right here. Mountain King, is he gonna Thunderclap? Yeah, Thunderclaps right there. Wisp are trying to get taken down. Fly Machines now trying to run back here. Mass detonation across all of these units, and now mana is gonna be a major problem. Mountain King still has mana. No Thunderclap as of yet for some strange reason. Why not? I do not know. Going after one bear. Mountain King does not get to level 6. That is a surprise, as the Mountain King is in a bit of trouble. Holy Light trying to save. Let's take a look at that more there. Are we going to see a, yes, level 6 now on the Mountain King. There's the Thunderclap. Are we going to see the Potion of Mana used? And there he goes. The Mountain King is ready to go. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? There goes one bear. 2 bears could be followed up. Staff of Sanctuary saves again, as the units are now still backing up again. 54 supply compared to 55. Fly Machines going after the those fairy dragons. Spellbreakers going after the Druids of the Claw, and the Druids of the Claw no longer having any mana. That is causing some problems again, as the Paladin says, you know what, I have Holy Light, what are you gonna do about it? Priest should be doing some healing. Let's take a look. Another Druid of the Claw could get taken down. One more shot and it will get taken down. There it goes, as we now see Archmage taken down and our first Mountain Giant joining in on the fight. Paladin sitting at level 4 now. Mountain King back at home, sitting at level 6. It was Staff of Sanctuary. It is healing back up. No easy mana though, as the Archmage needs to get resurrected as well. That needs to get started. Otherwise, well, mana issues galore as the Archmage now resurrected. 59 supply to 52. Entangling of the gold mine has been completed once more. And I believe we're going to have a bit of a break in the action as both sides probably doesn't want to engage in another person's base. Home field advantage would be far too much of an advantage. Reinforcements coming in slightly faster, and that does start to add up over time. Now, let's take a look at this. Knights still do not have Sundering Blades now. Mountain Giants are out onto the field. I believe only one, but if we get more Mountain Giants, Sundering Blades may become a good investment. That Mountain Giant taking reduced damage from any sort of range attack pretty much. Well, piercing and magic becomes a big problem when you have 1,600 hit points and have to get up close to the giant melee massacre that is a Mountain Giant here. Dryads going after a priest. Are we going to see anything? Paladin could try and Holy Light. Yes, there you go. Mountain King unable to get a bash in. Knight's going to try and engage as we're looking at, well, the Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 5 alongside that Panda. 5-5 going up against, well, a 6-4 right now. 6-4-4 once the Archmage gets resurrected. And that is a big hero advantage here as the Dryads now poking apart at that farm. And it looks like though they will be revealed. Mountain Giant, 3-1 upgrades. Where are they going to perhaps try and go next? More Knights need to be added in to deal with that front line, those frontline units, as the Spellbreakers are not a good frontline unit against the Bears and these Mountain Giants. All right, Flying Machines right there. Sorceress, Priest, all the heals. Thunderclap coming down as you're going to see more engaging again. All right, Mountain King trying to go after all these units. Mana Flare onto a Sorceress once more. Wisp going to come in with some detonations. There's a big Thunderclap trying to finish off a Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw could get taken down. There it goes. Another Druid of the Claw could get taken down on the far side. Militia joining in on the fight as who does have the advantage? The Sorceress is able to launch a lot of attacks. Sorceress and the Priest along the backside doesn't have that much mana and not been able to engage easily at all. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove down to 120 hit points. Stormbolt goes down. Mountain King, is he going to be able to finish it off? No Staff of Teleportation. It gets taken down as Hawk starting to walk away with this game. Panda is now at level 6. Earth, Storm, and Fire. Going to have some big plays here in just a moment. With, well, that Panda. The Panda can try and perhaps dive into a location with every unit except for Earth. And Storm and Fire can deal damage, and once the ultimate ends, you reappear where Earth is. Alright, Keeper of the Grove now looking to back up. Archmage doing a bit of chasing. It is level 3 Brilliance Aura over level 2 or level 3 Water Elementals. It makes a lot of sense, as there are so many casters with low mana, and well, Foggy has been just doing such a good job with detonation from those wisps. Keeper of the Grove also just shy of level 6 as well. And well, the Keeper of the Grove's Tranquility can cause a lot of damage outside of battles. Normally, channeled abilities are not that great, except for the fact when you consider the Keeper of the Grove can use that channeled ability even out of combat to effectively heal that army. Archmage 5, Paladin at 4, Spellbreakers. No upgrades for Hawk. If Hawk ends up losing this game, it is going to be partially because of the upgrades. Each supply is worth more coming in from Foggy's side as opposed to Hawk because of those upgrades. Each upgrade is a 10% bonus, essentially, in terms of damage or, well, effective hit points. Let's take a look back across this. Big Thunderclap there. Wisp now trying to make their way over. Flying Machine's going to engage. Mountain King trying to retreat. Are they going to be able to get to and find their targets? Paladin is in a bit of trouble. Is it going to stay alive? Holy Light. Paladin could be in trouble here as the Mana Flare working its way through. All right, Tranquility in the backside. Stormbolt finds the Keeper of the Grove. Anti-magic potion was available, but he had not used it before channeling. That was a very big deal, as now you're going to see these Druids of the Claw get taken down. All right, Staff of Preservation saves one. Mountain Giant Looks like it will get taken down to 123 hit points. It's looking to try and back off. Earthstorm and Fire is out onto the battlefield, but that means no use of Staff of Preservation coming in from the Panda. Paladin gets finished off as Earth now chasing after all of those units again. All right, is the Panda going to be able to get in a big taunt? That is a question now, as there's the taunt. Units are going to try and engage right there. Meanwhile, Fire is engaging. Fire could just get within within range, and you start taking damage standing too close to it. There it goes. There goes a Knight, and Foggy looks like he's starting to take advantage back. 68 supply compared to 44. Paladin now back out onto the field. It is resurrected, but, well, here comes the push back the other way. Staff of Preservation saves. There is a Stormbolt, and it is a 3-unit surround onto that Panda. Staff of Teleportation being used. Mountain King without mana, unable to do very much. All right, let's take a look at this. More units trying to engage. Mountain Giant was healed back up. Big heal right there. As you can see, the hit points, just how quickly they are recovering. All right, more battling coming across. Mountain Giant getting back up to 700 some odd mana. Mountain King getting a big heal from that Paladin. And that level 3 Brilliance Aura really doing its thing, adding in a little bit of extra mana once more as another Staff of Preservation comes in. All right, Paladin trying to chase. This is a game of, well, just push, and whoever pushes longer, faster will end up winning. Another Staff of Preservation. And how many low hit point bears are there? They are right here. And if Hawk realizes where the bears went, that is pretty much over, as those bears have nowhere to run. They are over here at this Tree of Eternity, and that is the downside. When you move your Tree of Eternity, they are actually teleporting back into the fray, as 1-2 bear is going to get lost right there. All right, Mountain Giant now coming back from the other side. Foggy now down by 7 supply. Breath of Fire coming across multiple units. Mountain Giant in that front location, trying to go after more targets, as the Knights gonna go ahead and engage. Mortar Team gonna maybe be able to push some damage. Dryads in the back. Foggy now in trouble as well. That 8 supply difference. The Staff of Preservation not preserving the life of those units at all, as you're gonna see the Mountain King get in a little bit more kills here. Water Elemental trying to, well, wall off some more units. More damage still getting added in. Drew to the Claw. Oh, Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove, as the Mountain King heads back the other way. Mountain King with level 3 Brilliance Aura really the main problem right now, as there's another Staff of Teleportation. Tranquility healing back that Panda again, trying to get back up to at least 900 hit points. Will get there without, well, just get there again, as the Wisp are now trying to engage. All right, Mountain King needs to save up a bit of mana. Dispel Magic, Abolish Magic could be coming across. Water Elementals, well, not that much life, since it is only the level 2 variety, as the Knights are now going after those Mountain Giants. And you can see, well, Staff of Preservation teleporting a unit back across over here, back into the fray, and that Mountain Giant is gone. All right, Mountain Giant, is it going to be able to stay alive long enough? Knight's going to go ahead and chase again. 60 supply compared to 39. And if I have to give a reason why Foggy loses this game, it is going to be because the Tree of Eternity is just in the wrong spot. Tree of Eternity off over here, teleporting units. That has been about a 16 to maybe 24 supply swing in the loss of effectiveness of Staff of Preservation. 2,000 gold. Foggy is sitting on 2,000 gold, but unable to spend it on anything right now. And that is going to be the end of it. A beautiful game, beautiful battle. Both sides pushing, both sides trying to get the most out of their armies. But I think this is pretty much going to be the end. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Slow getting cast, going for the surround right now. Tranquility once again being cast right there. Cyclone picking up that Keeper of the Grove. Timing the Tranquility as the Mountain King gets Staff of Preservation. And now, well, he's actually able to teleport out of a bad spot. Archmage continuing the fight once more. Mountain King, are we going to see a Stormbolt here? And yes, there it goes onto the bear, and that is the GG. A beautiful, beautiful game by Hawk. Foggy really losing that battle and that fight because of the Tree of Eternity being in the wrong spot. Overall, great game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.